Ever notice that some days you just are off in a jam, in a tight spot, having a difficult time, struggling with something like your life? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. What you have to now, documenting the journey as I originally transitioned from the brick and mortar corporate world of business to the online world. And now in 2021, following 2020, the craziness that was 2020, which should have been the year of perfect vision and smooth sailing, it turned out to be a year of absolute crap and chaos, is probably one of the most interesting ways I can describe it, to some more offline activities and offline projects as well as online. So what am I up to? What am I doing now today? Well, I'm having a sleepover with my granddaughter. She starts school on Monday, and I'm going to very much miss her. I got to hang out with her majority of this summer, not all summer. She had summer school for about 4 weeks of the summer, which is a lot. It's like a third of the summer. So when she wasn't in summer school, I got to hang out with her, which is one of my favorite things in the whole wide world to do. And yesterday she had a play date instead of hanging out with me, so today we're having a sleepover. It'll be probably, I don't know, we don't get very many sleepovers during the school year because school gets busy, but I will try to sneak some in. Now, of course, we all have colds. Everybody in this household and my granddaughter and I all have colds, so I will try to not have a coughing jag in the middle of this video. So far, I am 2 for 3 with coughing jags, so we'll try to keep it short and succinct and just get to the point today. So what am I working on? Our annual challenge today was another one of those dang coloring things, which to me is super frustrating because, not really, it's actually super fun and challenging now, but at first it was frustrating because I'm like, I'm not doing that. My vision is such that coloring for me is no longer fun. And I used to love coloring. It was a stress-relieving, distraction, fun activity for me. So whenever I pop up on one of these in here, I cringe a little bit, but then I give myself the opportunity to find out something else that I could do instead. So coloring me relaxes me, not so much. Coloring distracts me. Yes, it would distract me. Now what I do is I do abstract art with my granddaughter that I don't have to like do anything. I can just put colors on a page, and that satisfies her probably for another year or two, and then she's going to be like, really, Grandma? What's going on here? But she understands I can't see very well, so that she doesn't expect me to color within the lines, which is cool because then I can encourage her to not color within the lines, do what feels right for her, and to be happy and successful and creative and have fun. So coloring distracts me with little teeny pictures and dots. Not going to do it. What will I do to distract me today? Well, I'm going to have a sleepover with my granddaughter. Way more fun than coloring. And chances are there will be some kind of arts or crafts or projects involved, because we were in the midst of making a kitty cat on Thursday, and we got it done, except we needed to sew the eyes on. So we'll probably get her dad or someone to do that, because I'm just not going to do that. Given my current level of visual challenges, it was incredible that it looks anything at all like a cat. So that was our annual challenge today. Our Supersize Your Business idiom for today, going along with the August 2021 30-plus day Get Up and Go challenge. We're doing idioms that have something to do with challenges or change or difficulties, or I lost my little slip here. Different ways of describing challenges. And I should Google or do a search and find out how many different words there are to describe challenges, because our idiom today was in a tight spot, or in a jam, in a fix, in a pickle, in a bind, in a box, in a hole, in a spot, or whatever. There's 659. When I Googled, there were 659 different ways to say in a tight spot, or to describe being in a difficult or really tough, maybe threatening, challenging, hard situation. And we talked about the 7 ways to deal with it. And I did 7 ways to deal with being in a tight spot or situation, and then what if it's people? Because there's slight differences in the order at which you handle things like feelings and emotions come up sooner when you're dealing with people than when you're dealing with the situation. And is that a hard and fast rule? No, it's just here's some things you better consider. Make sure you're considering all of them with respect to whatever situation or challenge you find yourself facing. Our SOAP framework in Get Up and Go Challenge today was on communication. Remember, we have the 9 this year areas and aspects of our life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationship, contribution, communication, and confidence. I call this C3. For the past 4 or 5, almost 5 decades, I have built my life around a framework of 7 different categories or aspects of my life: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. And just this year, I started doing a program. I'm not going to plug it yet. I like it, but I'm not ready to endorse it yet. I've gotten a few little benefits out of it, but not nearly as many as I could. Haven't had a chance to go to their live events yet. Not sure I will make it this year. It's in October in Arizona, and given that I just got a cold from the first time my granddaughter went to school, I am laying low with respect to traveling. I'm sure I'll go see my mom this year down in Texas because I love visiting her. But, and she was up here, she's leaving on Tuesday morning at 5 a.m. She's only up here in Wisconsin for like 4 months, 5 months this summer. And so it was a really quick and short summer. So I'll definitely be going down and seeing her. But we added communication and confidence this year as part of a coaching program I'm doing. And there are areas I want to. If I'm doing a coaching program on something, I believe that if we're going to invest in ourselves, I'm going to invest in myself. If I'm going to invest in learning something, a certain area or aspect of my life, I'm going to share it with other people. Number one, because I feel like what we learn, we should share with other people because it makes the world a better place. And it reinforces the learning for us. It helps me to learn when I learn something and I say, oh, look, we should do this, we should try this. You know, things like words and ways we communicate to get people's attention that we never even think of. Now, when I start my videos, it's really lame, and this communication course is giving me pause and cause to pause and think about, well, how effective is that? Not very effective, right? If somebody says, hey, pay attention to me, are you going to really pay attention to them? No. But there are words and ways of getting people's attention that gets their attention. If you use words like look, listen, pay attention, notice, and then if you talk about what, why, what, how, what if, what's in it for them, they'll pay attention. But you have to present things in a way that's all about them, not about ourselves. And that goes against human nature, right? As human beings, we like to talk about ourselves. We like to think about what's in it for us, what's in it for me, forgetting that everybody else on the planet is thinking the exact same thing. So it's a lot about being empathetic and putting ourselves in the other person's shoes and saying, all right, well, if I had this problem, what would I want someone to say to me for me to know that they get me and that they can actually help me solve this problem? That's the approach that I'm learning to take with a lot of things. So communication for SOAP, and our tool today was gratitude. How do you use gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation to help you identify the different aspects of the SOAP framework and then bring that all home, install it in our subconscious so that we can automatically, as easy as breathing, deal with changes and challenges and situations and setbacks and failures and obstacles and all the stuff that's going to come down the pipe. I can guarantee that there aren't very many things I can guarantee in life, but I can guarantee you are going to face more changes and challenges in your life. COVID-19, tip the iceberg, people. You know, many people discovered in 2020 that they had actually lived very blessed, very unscathed lives until whoosh, COVID-19 and the way it was handled came down the pipe. And then all of a sudden, people that had never had to scramble or figure things out or pivot or change their mind or really deal with adversity and change found themselves in situations they couldn't have even fathomed based on their previous experience. And so it's part of why the Get Up and Go Challenge was born, was to say, hey, lots of us are facing all these challenges and changes that we've never even faced the likes of. What are we going to do about it? We can stay here frozen waiting for things to change outside of us, or we can take back our personal power, take control of our lives, and decide how are we going to move forward? How are we going to make our life continue to work out the way we want it to? How are we going to create the life we want? So that is what I am working on right now. That and a couple other projects, which again, I keep saying, I allude to them, but they're secret, top secret projects. I'm not allowed to share due to confidentiality right now, but I'm sure when the time is right, I will be very excited to share those things with you. Otherwise, I'm going to hang out with my granddaughter today, nurse my cold, and I'm here. If you need any help, if you have any questions, please ask. Hit me up on social media, because I'm more likely to answer on the weekends than during the week. And it's a whole ordeal to set up my computer so I can see what I'm doing on my computer these days. So to keep it simple and make it easy, I like to use tools like, there's lots of tools. We could talk about tools all day long, and strategies and things that make life easier. I'm always on the lookout for continuous improvement in every area and aspect of my life. Not just work and business and online and offline, but everything that can make my life easier. That's why I have gratitude journals, which I forgot to even talk about in the challenge today. You know, one of the fastest, easiest ways to improve anything is to have a gratitude journal. And it doesn't just have to be on one area or aspect of our life. It should be on every area and aspect of our life. Hey, every time I do a better job communicating, that's something to be grateful for. Oh, I'm thankful that I shared this message in a way that other people understood. Or guess what? I found a new detergent today, or a new app on my phone that made my life easier in this area or aspect. All right, any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I will be with you tomorrow. Have an awesome day.